Suns at Lakers.
So we're back to that. Our reward for being the best team is versus the Suns.
And then Pelicans at Kings.
Yes.
So Pelicans in Sacramento. The Suns are in the Crypto.com arena.
Hate that name still. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the BTR podcast.
Before we get started, please like, comment, and subscribe.
As always, make sure you guys follow all our socials, our TikTok, our Twitter, and our Instagram. Audio listeners, make sure you guys rate this 5 stars. Head over to the YouTube and give it a subscribe there as well. Appreciate everybody. From 200 to 223, so we're up a quarter to 300 right now, which is, I think, was quicker pace than 100 to 125.
It's our fastest growth.
Well, since the beginning.
Because I
think we could hit 15 the first day.
Yeah.
But appreciate everybody for that. If you guys missed it, we didn't drop an episode on Monday due to tech issues. We dropped one on Tuesday. So make sure you guys check that out. I know it's off schedule for now, for this week only. Hopefully it stays like that. And other than that, let's just get right into it. Unless you have anything else to promote. Like we do.
Not really. Let's get into it right away.
Let's get right into it. We're switching things up.
Are we though?
Yes, we are, because we're going NBA first and not NFL like we always usually do. NBA, reason is, one, we did a lot of NFL heavy talk on Tuesday's pod, so a lot of the stuff was already covered, so we'll just preview week 13, which is crazy to say.
Flying by.
But NBA, the reason is in-season tournament is officially set for the knockout stages. So let's just get right into that. The first thing is the teams that made it through. Group A of the East is just Indiana. Group B was Milwaukee. Group C was Boston as your leaders. Now the wild card race was tight because Group C had Orlando and Brooklyn, and Boston were all a 3-way tie for first. Boston edged it out with a point difference. Magic 3-1 finished second. Brooklyn finished 3-1. Right, your Raptors, which is by the way 1-3.
I already knew that.
And then the other 3-1 team was Cleveland, who missed out as well. So the wild card is from Group B, the New York Knicks, 3-1 record. So they edged it out with the point differential of 10.5. They actually had more than the Boston Celtics, technically.
Yeah.
So
the matchup, that
comeback Knicks Heat game, that obviously solidified it for them because the Heat ended up finishing 2-2 because the Milwaukee ended up sweeping everyone. In this case, beating the Heat as well.
Yeah.
So that's the East. Any surprises for you?
Not really. Obviously, there are going to be teams that are going to miss out, right? It's only 4 teams per conference. So, there are going to be good teams that are not going to get the job done.
There is a surprise, though.
What?
Sixers finished third.
What their record was 2-2?
They were 2-2. Cleveland finished 3-1. So that was a surprise, if anything, because no one really thought Indiana would be topping
that's true.
the group. As much as
4-0.
people think we're going to make a jump like myself, but
then
you wouldn't think they would top the group.
But then you think it's like a normal regular season game still, right? So
but a little bit of
I know I know that's true, but when you think about it, if it's a regular season, you're going to have your little hot week.
Well, Embiid is not going to get $500,000 to fund for possible flopping fines. So he screwed there.
you
I don't get why Paul Reed said AD is the biggest flop he's seen when he's teammates with Joel Embiid.
His teammates, the biggest one there,
So that's the East. So the only surprise really was that Philly finished third in the group, not even second.
So the matchups for these are Knicks at Bucks and Celtics at Pacers. So Celtics in Indiana because Indiana has the better record. And
Indiana and Milwaukee are the only 4-0 teams in the East. Over to the West, before we get into our predictions for this. Lakers, 4-0, Group A. The only undefeated, Sacramento came back on the Warriors, I believe.
They were down 20?
Yeah. So I'm I remember, it was yesterday, right?
It was yesterday.
Yeah,
so Tuesday.
The thing with this game, Tuesday. This game, we had the Canucks game on. So I was when I flipped over, I was it's a 20-point game and a half, whatever. I think the Warriors should close this out. And then I'm all right, I didn't even bother going back to checking the score. I think right when I was about to fall asleep is when I saw this, when I saw on Twitter, Kings came back, and I'm what the hell just happened? I didn't realize the Kings were 4-0 in this. They were. But so the Kings topped it, 4-0 there. Pelicans were 3-1, so those are the 3 group winners. So the wild card race in this one was between Phoenix, who was 3-1, and just Minnesota, who were 3-1, because Group B's was 3-1 was already New Orleans, and the Mavs, Nuggets, and Rockets were all 2-2, and the Clippers were 1-3. So the between those two, Phoenix ended up getting it, which was not too much of a surprise. Honestly, if you look at that Group A, it was gonna be between, at least on paper, was gonna be between the Suns and the Lakers. Whoever won that matchup would have probably swept through, and that's what ended up happening. The Suns' only loss was the Lakers in Game 1. So the matchups.
Matchups are
Lakers.
Suns at Lakers.
So we're back to that. Our reward for being the best team is versus the Suns.
And then Pelicans at Kings.
Yes.
So Pelicans in Sacramento. The Suns are in the Crypto.com arena.
Hate that name still. But the biggest surprise here was Denver being 2-2. Finishing 4th, not even like being the edge of the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
A lot of that had to do with Jamal Murray's injury. I get it.
Who's back now?
Yeah. But at the same time, I don't know how serious they took it either because they just had a long playoff run or whatever.
Like you said, there's 4 teams, right? Someone's gonna miss out, right? Nuggets, Clippers, Mavericks, Warriors. All these guys are all gonna miss out.
One thing's for sure, our prediction was wrong from the beginning of the season. I think we both had Denver in the final. I had Denver beating the Celtics. You had Celtics beating Denver, I think, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think because I remember you had reacted like, what the hell, man? Are you copying me or something?
Yeah. I had Celtics and
the biggest surprise here was the Clippers. That group itself. Like, if you were to power rank that group, the Pelicans, Rockets, Mavericks, Nuggets, Clippers, you could probably flipped it the other way. Except
100%.
Rockets last for sure.
Yeah.
Pelicans should have been like second last. And the other 3 teams, I guess, could have been interesting.
Healthy Pelicans are still a scary team.
Scary team for sure, but I felt like healthy other teams would be way better. Not way better, but better.
Yeah,
obviously the Clippers are figuring things out, but
Clippers are not looking good with Harden. I'll just say that right now.
They're winning right now. They're shit kicking the Kings. So
it'd be 175.
No, their Kings are down like 20 before he left my room. Final score 131 to 117.
Okay, so it's not 175 points this year.
But so going back to the predictions, let's go with the East. Let's just go with the easy one first. Not the easy one, but like, let's go Celtics at Indy.
Well, I picked Celtics to win it all, so I'm picking the Celtics.
I have Celtics in the final, so I'm picking the Celtics.
Yeah, and then Knicks and Bucks.
This is single elimination, so it's not even like we could do series. But
going with
Knicks,
the Bucks.
I'm going with the Bucks.
So
part of it is also because I want to see a Bucks Celtics early playoff preview type vibe. You know what I mean? And this is gonna be in this case, we already mentioned it. The top seed is the home team, and then the semifinals and the finals will be in Vegas. These quarterfinal matchups, right? Yeah, quarterfinal matchups will be on December 4th and December 5th. Start off.
And then semifinals December 5, finals on the 9th.
No, December 4th and 5th is the...
I'm talking about semifinals.
No, but December 4th and 5th are the
quarterfinals.
Yeah, you said semifinals are December 5th.
No, I said semifinals on the 7th, no?
No, you didn't.
Oh,
I mean, we have VAR for once.
Alright, so semifinals on the 7th.
Yeah.
And then the finals are on the 9th.
Hey, we always talked about how we needed VAR in our life. We kind of have it in this case.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
We don't need to obviously check
Honestly,
now.
man, we have enough VAR in our life, man.
Yeah. But, so you're going with Celtics, Bucks.
Yes.
And and you're going Celtics beating the Bucks.
Yes.
I'll stick with that as well because I want to flip it. My finals is the Bucks, so I'm gonna stick with that.
I'm sticking with the Celtics winning it all, right? Yeah. And honestly, that they've been like the best regular season team. So this early in season tournament is gonna benefit them right now because they are the best team.
Is this gonna be a playoff type game for you? These games?
Yeah,
it should be at least. You would think so.
Probably the semifinals and finals should be. I think.
Here's the thing, right? I feel like LeBron said he's like 500K is on the line per player, so that is an incentive. But number 2, I just think that you want to be known as the first winner. Yeah. That you know how kind of like the first All-Star game with the
playground rules, basically.
The first year of the playground rules, yeah. That's what I feel like you want to be known as the first winner, and then we'll see how it carries on legacy-wise. But over to the West, let's go with the Pelicans at Kings. This is a tough one to predict.
They're both tough ones to predict, but I'll give it to the Kings. I'm gonna give the Kings the edge here. They're at home. I'm just giving their little home court advantage here, and I think they'll edge that out.
I'm also checking if CJ's going to be back in time for this game. I know he's
That's also another reason why, because I don't know if CJ will be playing. And
no, I think he's back. He doesn't have an injury thing under him. Let me see if he played, though, under his game log. And his game log, what's the date today? So today was his first game back, 29th, when we're recording.
So he has warmed up. So it makes it even more tougher now.
Yeah, because he got 20 points. First game back from a collapsed lung injury.
I'm sticking with the Kings, though.
Okay. Yeah, pretty good game for his comeback considering
Yeah,
what he had
yeah.
to go through against Philly. Good defense
Yeah,
team.
good
I understand
team,
they were on
yeah.
a back-to-back, but still, both teams were on a back-to-back.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, both teams were on a back-to-back.
Yeah.
Um.
What is yours?
Oh, that's a tough one. You know what? I'll go opposite of you.
Or Pelicans?
I'll go with the Pelicans. You're right. I think the home court will benefit the Kings more, and they're kind of playoff tested in a way if you want to go with that atmosphere. And the Kings fans were starving on playoffs. They finally got a taste of it last year, but like this is their playoffs as well because they're like the trophies on the line. They haven't had a chance to go after a trophy other than last year since 2006. Right,
yeah,
the lowest
meaningful
last.
games technically for the players and trophy wise as well. So like you're gonna win something at the end of the day.
As long as Bi and Zion's healthy, I'm gonna give him the edge. I know like Herb Jones is also defense. This could be a high scoring game because Pelicans' top defenders are out too, and Herb Jones. But the big one,
Suns at Lakers,
and I'm gonna stick by my squad.
Just your normal.
So far, okay. So obviously,
just your normal typical divisional matchup.
the Lakers have flipped a switch in the in-season tourney. On the regular season, they've been annoying because the Sixers loss still pissing me off. Some of their losses in the regular season pissing me off. But then when they played the Suns in the in-season tournament the first time, it was genuinely down to the wire. I don't know. I think Booker played that one. If I'm not mistaken, I'll double check the facts on that.
Yeah.
Because I know he didn't play the first one when we played. That was our second game of the season. Was against the Suns.
So like what you're describing right now, which we'll get onto later, is Man United in the Premier League and UCL.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the.
So I'm going with the Lakers, just slightly biased. I'll be honest with that, but
I'm gonna go with Suns. You know, it's gonna be tough to beat the same team twice. Like I always say this for like playoffs.
This time Lakers are home at that time.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Suns were home on that one.
I think you guys were home still. That one.
No, Suns were.
Suns were? Okay, never mind. But I'm gonna go with the Suns because I say this a lot for the NFL playoffs. I say this a lot for World Cup and all these stuff. It's hard
to help your prediction a little bit.
It's hard to beat the team twice.
I don't know if this is gonna switch your but I'm gonna. It wasn't Booker who played. Beal played, not Booker. So now it's flip flopped, most likely.
But yeah, I'm trying to say is it's hard to beat a team twice in the same tournament. So revenge is they're looking for sweet revenge basically.
I need the Suns that played the Raptors today.
Yeah, you're gonna need that Booker today. You're gonna need today's Devin Booker.
Yeah, for me is the Lakers defense is the biggest question mark. They haven't lived up to it, and a lot of it is because Vando's injured, and we have a lot of injuries, aka like we're gonna get to it later, Man United. But I'll stick with the Lakers. Now Lakers, so that means you're going Suns.
Suns Kings.
So because if I went Lakers Kings, I could have honestly picked the Kings because we suck against the Kings. But since I picked Pelicans, I'm going Lakers will beat the Pelicans, and hey. Maybe we'll get the Celtics Lakers script because it makes the perfect sense now that I'm thinking about it, thinking out loud. The perfect script for the first ever in-season tourney is the biggest rivalry, arguably in sports, but in basketball for sure. Lakers Celtics.
That's true.
But yeah, so that'll be my prediction for that storyline.
Lakers Celtics. I'm gonna go with the Suns beating the Kings, and it's gonna be a Celtics Suns finals matchup with the Celtics winning it all.
Yeah, I'm gonna be biased and go with the Lakers. This one, I'm gonna say it out loud. I am biased on this one. So that being said, my prediction.
It is a toss-up, right? Like,
it is a toss-up. It's a one game.
It's one game,
this is
right?
Not
Anything
a series thing.
Exactly. Anything.
So it's March Madness type vibe.
Yeah. So which is gonna be fun a little bit, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's still kind of listed as a regular season game, which kind of like dwindles that tournament.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
the whole point to elevate a regular season game is to have this.
Yeah. So you're looking at it both ways. Something will come out of this, hopefully.
Yeah. So those are predictions. Comment your guys' predictions down below. We'll probably run a YouTube poll. You'll probably set that up for tomorrow or like the day after or something. So that's our NBA. There's no real reactions to anything because we already did one last episode.
Moving on to.
Sorry, no. I have one question for you.
Okay, never.
Because this is a big story.
We're technically moving on, but yeah.
Yeah, we're moving on. Sticking with the NBA because we have another NBA story to get to anyways. The Lakers just beat the Pistons. We're not talking about the Lakers here.
Oh my God.
No, but I'm gonna flip. That's what I said. We're not talking about the Lakers here.
Oh, that's a good win.
True. Because the reason why it's a good win is because we could have been the team that could have given them their first win in not 14 games, but their 15-game losing streak. I don't know if that's an NBA record or that's close to it, but a 15-game losing streak. So they were 2-1 in other 15 games after that. My question to you is, does Monty Williams get fired? Not now.
No, I don't
If this continues, let's just say, how many losses before he gets fired?
I don't know.
Because you gave him the biggest
I don't think he
contract
does,
next
bro.
to Michael Malone is rumored to have the biggest contract now,
Yeah.
but you gave him the biggest contract.
Just because of that, I don't think he's gonna get fired.
Because either way, he's set. He's getting paid,
Yeah.
right?
So
But like, how long before you could give a like? How many games do you have to give it? Like, what if it's like a 20-game losing streak?
unless they're telling him to tank, so he might be.
There's no. This team's supposed to take a jump because of the play-in.
They're completing the
Look
job.
what the Magic are doing.
The Magic, in my opinion, were better. Like I would give my edge to Magic, but at the same time, you shouldn't be on a 15-game.
But they're
losing
on the
streak.
same tier though.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I think the contract is too fat for him to fire him
Right now,
especially right now. So we'll see. If it's like a 45-game losing streak, then I would probably consider it.
never win again.
Just never win
Like
again.
the first, they lost to the Heat, and then they beat the Hornets, and they beat the Bulls, and after that, downhill. But here, so let's play the same game we played with the Panthers, Carolina Panthers, and NFL. I'm gonna name the teams, and tell me.
But one thing, the difference between NFL and NBA, there's a lot more games in NBA as well.
True.
So technically, if you're looking at NFL terms, it's probably like a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Okay, so they're at the Knicks next.
Or when are they going to the next win?
Yeah.
Okay. They're gonna lose.
Okay, they're versing the Cavs next.
They're gonna lose.
Okay, this one I think it might help you. They're versing the Grizzlies.
They're gonna win.
But keep in mind, they lost to the Wizards recently too, who are supposed to be the worst team in basketball. So you're gonna end it ends there because I'll name the rest few teams and then tell me if they lose. Let's just say they lose that. Magic at the Magic.
They're gonna lose.
Pacers.
Lose.
Verse Sixers and then at the Sixers.
Lose. Lose.
At Bucks. At Hawks.
Lose.
Versus the Jazz.
We'll give them a win there.
So you're saying okay, so your minimum right now is December 8th at the Magic. Versus the Grizzlies on December 6th. And then your maximum right now, like if you want to give it a range, is the Jazz. On December 21st. If it's December 21st, their last win was on October 28th.
So
you're relatively going 2 months without a win.
That's wild.
if it goes that long, Monty probably should be.
I don't think Monty's gonna see December 21st.
Yeah, because after that, I mean, hey, the Raptors are December 30th.
Yeah, so
I'm glad we got out of that picture.
we did too. Like we dropped 142 on them. We never.
Oh,
beat
you
the
already beat
Pistons.
them once.
Yeah, we never
right.
beat the Pistons, especially when Dwayne Casey was there.
That's the thing.
as
They
well.
don't have Dwayne Casey anymore.
So I guess that helps.
But yeah, like, when was the last time outside of the football ones you seen a losing streak this bad? In like NHL or NBA, because those are the longest sports, or even baseball, I guess.
What was that team that started? Was it the Suns that started like 0 something, or was it that Sixers team from like a
the 10-win Sixers team?
Yeah, like that started off like 0 something.
Could be.
I think that's
is
the
that
last.
is that the year they got Embiid, or that was the first year Embiid was injured for the year?
I think it was first.
No,
year.
because Fultz came in. It might have been the Simmons. I don't know.
But one of those Sixers teams.
One of
It's
the
probably the last one I
either the
remember.
Okafor one or the Embiid one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's like a Charlotte at the time Bobcats. I remember that.
That was like in 2012, right?
Yeah, I
Or something
remember
like
that one, and that was also a shortened year. So they're the worst because the win percentage was also the lowest. Yeah, because I have no clue. On the flip side, I know the Warriors went on the year they got 7-3.
I don't know I don't know anyone that bad. I don't remember anyone that bad. Like 15-game losing streak.
I guess the Sharks this year.
Huh?
But they
The
were like
Sharks didn't even get to 15 games.
They were 10-game losing.
They were
12
10
games.
games.
I think they were 10 or 12.
Bro, Sharks are like the hottest team in the NHL.
Now. Yeah, like that's the game you guys should predict because it's a losing streak at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's what matters. I know there's other teams that have like.
We're not telling you to tune into the Pistons, but
tune into the Pistons.
But tune into the
the
Pistons.
box score at the minimum.
yeah, tune into the
when
score.
they'll get their first win. I'm sure if you guys have the Score app or any NBA app, you'll get a noti.
Pistons break the record.
Break the record or they snap it. One or the other.
It's February. Pistons are still losing.
All right, let's move on. Last news of the NBA before we go to the NHL. Mark Cuban in the headlines. First of all, he's off Shark Tank. I don't know if you know that now.
Oh yeah, she is.
Yeah, I think he's no longer doing Shark Tank anymore. First of all, if you were to guess Mark Cuban's age, how old do you think it is? This is his picture.
Well, he doesn't look that old.
So how old do you think he is?
But I know he's like around 57.
65.
Okay.
So you were still wrong.
Huh? Yeah.
I would have guessed like late 40s, early 50s for sure.
Like by the look, if I'd never like heard of Mark Cuban and you showed me a picture once, I would have guessed like 45.
He was on a Mr. Beast video too, so
Yeah.
with his kids. But Mark Cuban is selling a majority stake of the Dallas Mavericks to Miriam Adelson and casino tycoon Adelson family for a valuation of the Mavericks, which is $3.5 billion. So that doesn't mean he's getting $3.5 billion, but he has a minority stake. That minority stake is in one of the most unique setups in NBA history. Cuban keeps shares in team and full control of the basketball operations.
Yeah.
So you know how there's like business operations, basketball operations? He's still in charge of the basketball operations, so that's his minority share. So let's just say he banked $2 billion off this, right?
Yeah.
Mark Cuban in 2000, guess how much he bought the Mavericks for in 2000?
Bought them for like what? Like 500 million or something like that.
285 million. And now they're valued at 3.5 billion. Massive profit, great business deal for Mark Cuban, and he gets basketball control.
Let's start this.
Basketball operations.
Let's start a sports team, man. Let's just create a.
Hey, I saw a post. Speaking of baseball, very quickly here, Shohei Ohtani and a guy said, "Hey, I negotiated with my wife, and we've come to an agreement of we'll chip in with $1,200." So we should do something that, but for the sports business franchise thing.
I'll chip in another 200.
$1 a month each, so $2 a month to a sports franchise, and then add that up all the way to get the majority. Glazer, Manchester. That's gonna take forever though. It's been over a year, so.
They're still not gonna allow.
But yeah, that's crazy. Mark Cuban.
Yeah, he's making money, man. He's a money man.
Yeah.
Roasting people on Shark Tank.
Shark Tank was fun. Kevin O'Leary was more, but I remember because the funniest thing I saw with the Mark Cuban very quickly, Shark Tank, I think it was more recent, and then this guy was a Warriors fan, and he built these cups or whatever, and he gave it to Mark Cuban, and Mark Cuban's like, I'm out instantly, and everybody was like, bro, what the hell, why are you being so petty about this? He's like, know your audience. In a way, he's right, know your audience, but petty at the same time, and I love it as a sports fan.
Yeah, I mean, Mavericks are your team, bro.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. Unless you have anything else to carry with the NBA.
No.
Okay, so NHL. Let's go with the big news first. The Corey Perry situation, and this is a little serious now. So a little flip of the emotion here. First off. Oh, sorry. Before you continue, because it reminded me of, because we're going to talk about something serious. Josh Giddey. There's a police investigation going on with that now.
Yeah.
So that's the facts. We're only going to label facts. Like I said, we don't know what the factual age of the girl is. We're not going to comment on that. Stephen A. Smith said perfectly, we're not trying to get sued here.
Exactly.
Now, we're not big enough to probably people watch this yet, but down the line, someone could see this, right?
Oh, yeah. If we ever pop off, they're going to be like, they're looking for our downfall.
They're going to look
for this moment.
So,
right
allegedly, of the Josh Giddey stuff. Corey Perry. He's put on waivers for the reason to terminate his contract. He's officially cleared waivers. Now his contract will be terminated. He will be away from the team, but there's a lot of miscommunication. I believe his agent said that he's away from the team due to a family emergency, and whereas the Blackhawks said that they put him on leave. So it's like he said, she said thing there. But it's the reason for the termination of the contract is because he violated rules against the Blackhawks. So the last time we heard something like this was Ime Udoka, right?
Yeah.
With the Celtics. Excuse me. So he's officially terminated now. But the thing that doesn't sit right with me, and I bet you as well, and many other sports media guys in the world right now, especially in hockey-wise, so in Canada, we had the Halford and Bruff guys, Jeff Merrick, Frank Saravelli came out swearing on his daily face-off as well. The rumor that's going around, and it's such a disgusting rumor that I don't really want to say it, but I'll just quickly say it. The rumor was he's had some type of attentions with Bedard's mom, Connor Bedard's mom. Obviously, the rumors are going to spread. No, obviously, I didn't really believe it. You didn't really believe it, so we're normal. I would say that.
Yeah.
But the people that wanted to make jokes around with it is bullshit, because here's the thing. Yes, for fair share, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm this innocent dude that doesn't do dark jokes or dirty jokes or whatever. Yes, I have said some in the past. I've been a bystander to many, like you have.
Yeah.
But a lot of those came from factual things that were kind of proven factual by the government.
Like they happened.
They happened,
They
right?
happened, yeah.
For example, the Ime Udoka thing, people are going to make jokes about it because it happened. The only thing wrong with the Ime Udoka situation was they put a picture of the staff, the woman in the staff, that wasn't completely not her. and made her look bad that way.
Yeah.
So in the Josh Giddey situation, people are making jokes. At least we have more factual evidence there that she could be a high schooler, but allegedly is a high schooler based on whatever she has posted on social media. So people are making jokes about that. Okay, even that, I disagree with the jokes on both sides, but I'm just saying, okay, understandable. But this one's a complete rumor that you just assumed that it was a workplace violation of a conduct, like saying something like that. Because listen, I don't know what Corey Perry's marital status is. I don't know what Connor Bedard's mom and dad's marital status is, if they're together, divorced, if he has step parents. I don't care about that, and neither should you guys, is what I'm saying. As Jeff Merrick said it perfectly, what does this rumor do to your guys' life? Because Connor Bedard, first, North Vancouver zone, so we have a watch on him essentially, and you're literally the best player on the team, the youngest guy who's supposed to be the next great
thing.
talent since McDavid, and before that Crosby. You're essentially putting this rumor about his mom and made his family look bad, to the point where Jeff Merrick said people from like he hasn't talked to in a long time are messaging him, is this true? So put it this way, how would you, I get it, professional athletes need to go through heckling and all that stuff because they're professional athletes, it comes with the sport, but they don't need to go through this. Their family does not need to go through this. This is not booing a guy on ice, or Horvath came to first time against or Kessler came back.
This is not an on ice situation. This is completely personal.
Yeah.
Right. And it even happened.
Yeah. Right. It was confirmed by Chicago that yes, it was a violation of conduct or something along that line, but it did not involve any team players, a parent, or etc. etc.
I think it's all something to do with like alcohol.
Allegedly to do with alcohol.
Allegedly.
So that's also a workplace violence.
Yeah.
So how come it's automatically assumed? And even the people that bought it and spread it around like it was true, did it come from a source like Elliot Friedman that exact report? I'm talking about the exact rumor was spread, came out by Elliot Friedman, Kevin Weeks, Greg Wyshynski, Frank Cervelli, Craig Button.
Proper
sources, right? Jeff Merrick. So just seeing that rumor, and then that now Bedard is probably going to see the jokes on the internet about that, being like, oh, Bedard has to call him dad or whatever the case may be, right? Even with the Gerard Piqué-Shakira situation, I think it was confirmed that Shakira did get cheated on by Piqué, but the rumor was Gavi's mom. I don't know if that's true. So that's the part that's pissing me off, right? We'll talk about the termination of the contract and the workplace conduct because that's a fact. That was labeled a fact. The Chicago Blackhawks released a statement on that. We're only talking about this rumor. We don't really want to, but we have to get it off our chest, is why spread rumors on something like this?
This big, right?
Right, like you just automatically assumed it's your next, not your next, because I don't know if it's a Chicago fan who did this, but whatever quote unquote fan did this, it's like the next big thing. You automatically assumed it's that they did
something
this.
Like that happened.
They did something like that. That's the thing. Like, it's brutal. It's bullshit. That's where people need to be better at. And yeah, like I don't care if people want to make jokes about, like there are people that make dark jokes and dirty jokes. That's fine.
Yeah, that's
you live
fine.
your life, but do it on something that's been that's happened. I'm personally not a fan. You know this. Like when it comes to even factual stuff, for example, the Kobe stuff. When people make a joke about that, about the situation, I'm not a fan of like factual stuff. But like random times when I watch a video, I chuckle because I didn't expect it. But this case, it was completely false, and people that are running around with it are fucked up in the head. I'm sorry. That's it. That's all I gotta say with that.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, let's talk about the hockey thing now. So Corey Perry officially terminated his contract. He's no longer a Chicago Blackhawk. We don't know what the next steps are, if he's gonna like sue the team or whatever the case may be, because there is a termination of a contract. But also Taylor Hall out for the year. Those two guys were brought in to mentor not just Connor Bedard and all the young guys on that team in general.
Be the veteran presence. And like just, fill the gaps.
Yeah. So leading to our next news that relates to Chicago Blackhawks. Chicago Blackhawks can't get out of the news. This one I won't blame their ownership as much, but because they did the right thing by terminating something that violated contract. So you mean no business. You mean business, I mean. But the Canucks did a smart thing and pounced on the opportunity because they needed to clear cap space and traded Anthony Beauvillier who's an unrestricted free agent and 4.12 or 4.2 cap hit, fully no retaining for a 5th round pick, conditional 5th round pick. The conditions are complicated, but it's most likely a 5th round pick.
So essentially, it's just like Beauvillier got flipped for Lafferty, basically.
But going back to that, the first Chicago part before we go to the Canucks side of things.
Yeah.
The Beauvillier aspect is they needed another veteran. Beauvillier is a veteran, may not be as old as Perry.
He's experienced.
Yeah, he's experienced. He's not old as Perry, but not as probably good as
It doesn't-
Taylor Hall was.
It doesn't matter about
But he'll
age.
fill the role. And at least the Canucks jumped on the opportunity
Yeah.
and took it.
It didn't
and because
matter-
Banning probably would have taken a million years.
It didn't
Or
matter.
not- and not do it at the
It
same
didn't
time.
matter about age, man. You got someone. They wanted a winger. They lost.
And he's
a winger.
good enough to play with a Bedard and all.
Yeah.
I don't even know who his like line mates are.
I
At this
don't
point.
even
That's
know.
how bad they are.
But like Bedard and Beauvillier, Beauvillier will help him out a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's just a minor move that where one team's trying to clear cap, another team just adding a veteran presence for their future, basically.
And Chicago's a
To
cap
help out their future.
Chicago's a cap dump spot, right? Because they have a lot of cap space. So
Exactly. When you have all these young guys, and you just want to surround them with veteran presence and help them develop, basically.
And the move is essentially to get a little bit of the distraction off of this whole Corey Perry situation. Screw the rumor now. I'm not going to address that anymore. That's the last time you heard it from us. But the Canucks side of things opened up for about $4.2 million in cap. LTIR with Carson Soucy, so that's another like a couple of million there. So prorated around 5-ish, I think Rick Dollywell said. And the automatic name that came to everybody's mind was Ethan Bear.
Yeah.
Because we need defensive help.
Patrick Allevine said himself, we need help at the back end.
Yeah.
Right. So Ethan Bear obviously comes to mind, who's a free agent right now.
And then there's two other obvious names.
And then you have the trade options of Zadorov and Tanev.
Yeah, and Hanifin, but I doubt Hanifin happens.
Hanifin's too much, I think.
Again, I don't think those trades happen because it's Calgary. They're actually not doing bad right now, number one. And they'll probably wait. Number two, in division. So even if you want to trade them, it's going to take a premium even more. And then number three, you also got to re-sign those guys. So you could, if Tanev really wants to come back, he could probably just be like, yeah, I'll re-sign in Vancouver, assuming we have the space because we still have PD and Hronek, who, by the way, could make more than Quinn Hughes. We know this right now.
But yeah, I mean, this is going to be this money's going to be used for rental purposes because you're going to have to use that $4 million plus the $6 million more of Myers expiring.
Yeah.
And that's going to go to PD, and then whatever else is left goes to Hronek.
Plus more. And also whatever the cap goes up by. So
yeah, that as well.
Rumored to be like at least $4 million, but we don't know until we see the ratings and the actual finances afterwards. But yeah, there has been 7 trades in the NHL since the start off season or start of the year. Canucks have been part of 4.
Can you name 4?
Mark Friedman trade with Pittsburgh, the Casey DeSmith trade.
Mark Friedman for who again?
The
Rathbone, right?
Rathbone.
Yeah.
That package. DeSmith for Tanner Pearson.
Was it Tanner Pearson?
Yeah, I think we gave up a 5th or something.
Yeah.
Sam Lafferty trade. And what was the 4th one? I gotta look at the roster. Oh yeah, this is the 4th one. Yeah. So this is the 4th one, and so far Lafferty's been doing well.
He's been really well. Yeah.
Beauvillier did okay. I'm not gonna say, but then he wasn't gonna be part of the future anyways.
He was nothing special. It wasn't gonna be nothing. Like there was no spot for him realistically. Yeah. Last year he played with a PD in the top line because McKayev was out for the year basically.
Yeah, and then that's the Canucks side of things. But another big news in the NHL world. Patrick Kane is officially on a team, and it's a team I did not expect. He was meeting with Toronto, and I'm sure Buffalo was in the picture because he's from Buffalo. So he did choose a team that was close to home, and it's Detroit Red Wings. A little bit of a surprise, for sure, because everybody's back to the Canucks very quickly because we're going to just tie it there. Why did they trade Philip Hronek then, right? Outside of cap, is it just strictly cap reasons and that's it?
Yeah.
But they, Patrick Kane just wanted to join a team that could make the playoffs. He believes that they can, and so
honestly,
far they're proving him right.
They're showing it.
But the problem is, how long can they sustain it for?
Exactly. They added DeBrincat. They add another scorer, playmaker in Patrick Kane, which is obviously going to help out there. So offensively, I mean, he's pouncing on an opportunity. They're a young team, right? He's the veteran presence guy. He's experienced, multiple-time Cup winner, obviously, and I don't think it's it is surprising, but I don't think it's a bad place for him I don't think it's a bad place for Patrick Kane to be at.
Yeah, I'm Toronto. I guess I don't know why Toronto They need defensive.
They need
help more.
defensemen, man.
Like Florida wouldn't have been surprised if somehow they managed to get him in. Boston even just cause, but then I feel like Boston has its own,
They need
ways.
centers.
New York Rangers on the flip side, they got rid of them. They got rid of both the guys they brought in last year. They're doing better like they were the year before. So it looks like they just added too much when they added Tarasenko and then Kane on top of that.
That was like
Carolina's the only other team I could think
they
of.
were like on GM mode basically last year. The Rangers,
Like Tampa and Carolina were the teams I could have seen. Like Tampa always goes for guys for cheap, like that are good once upon a time.
Yeah.
Kane fits that mold. But yeah, Patrick Kane, officially a Detroit Red Wing. Looks weird. We're seeing him wear that jersey. But
especially when you saw him with Chicago.
yeah, for all his career pretty much, except and then New York's like New York didn't look as weird. Detroit looks weird. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Any news you want to react to very quickly? There were not even games. There's a game going on right now. Washington's up 2-1 on LA.
Yeah,
Which is good. So good
that
job,
is
Washington.
good, right? Yeah. But I mean, yeah, we covered a lot of the stuff from last time too, as well.
Yeah, because this is recent. It's like 2 days
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
So we'll keep it there. Hopefully the Monday pod will go back into our reactions of the week. Reminder, just since because we're wrapping up the NBA and NHL here, rankings will be coming out this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the most part. Might double up with some clips. Love the support on the clips so far, especially on YouTube, which is probably a big reason why we got a lot of the subscribers.
Yeah.
So Jobin, good job. You're doing good on the editing.
Learning.
Voiceover actor. Any voice acting jobs, make sure you hit my brother up right here. He's doing pretty good, in my opinion. Full biased.
Full biased.
You gotta start somewhere, man.
You gotta start somewhere, yeah.
All right, let's go MLB very quickly. Quick fire.
Luis Severino is a jump ship in New York, basically, going from the Yankees to the Mets on a 1-year deal for $13 million. Luis Severino, once upon a time, an amazing pitcher, but injuries has ruined him. So, like, when he comes back, he starts pitching good. When he starts pitching good, he gets injured. That was his little story the last couple of years. So, he is a good pitcher. I like his stuff, but at the same time, it's going to be hard to show your stuff and produce at the highest level that you expect it to be at when you're always getting hurt.
I have nothing much to say. You were the more baseball guy, so I'll agree with you.
I mean, you watched a lot of Luis Severino. Yankees, Blue Jays.
I didn't pay attention to much this year.
Yankees, Blue Jays.
This year,
I'm talking about last.
Yeah, like he was good the year before, right?
Injuries. He was injured all year.
But last year?
No, he was injured most of the year, basically.
Last year, yeah. I'm talking about the year before when they made the playoffs. He was solid, I believe.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
and he was still injured that year too.
Okay. So yeah, nothing else happened.
Nothing major else happened.
Otani watched. I think Texas is now out of the race from what I saw, and one AL East team, not the Blue Jays. So we'll see with that. Apparently, there's a Pete Alonso for Vladdy rumor again. I don't want that to happen. Blue Jays are reportedly looking for trades for those two guys, Bichette and
They're trying to get
Vladdy.
Otani.
I don't know if that's purely Otani based because I don't know how much that will help otherwise. But because I want to see them all play together.
Atkins' jobs might be on the line, so he's trying to go big.
Hey, Otani, I think wants to play with another Japanese, if I'm not mistaken, and we have Kikuchi. Kikuchi will be a legend forever if we land Otani somehow.
Is Ryu Japanese?
No, Korean.
Oh, he's Korean. Okay, yeah. So Kikuchi, yes. I was like, if Ryu was Japanese, like, you'll bring back Ryu right now.
Yeah.
As well.
No, he's Korean, I believe.
Sign that Japanese picture.
But the school move out of soccer will end on the NFL this time. Reverse order that. Soccer, Champions League is a major trophy topic. We're officially
Champions
one
League.
game away, one match day week away from the knockouts. So before I go over I'll go over the teams that are officially through and what are the implications. Off the bat, Bayern Munich in. They're still. We'll talk about the rest of the group after. I'm gonna keep that there. Group B, Arsenal is officially through, and PSV apparently are officially through. Even though technically Lens could tie them on points.
But Lens lost 6-0.
Yeah, so I don't know, but even then they're like -4. Anything could happen, but I think it's a head-to-head thing with Champions League.
Okay, yeah. So then,
because it did say they're through.
They are through then.
Real Madrid through. Napoli not yet.
They need a point.
Real Sociedad and Inter Milan, we said, are already through. They both have 11 each. Atletico Madrid is through and Lazio is through. Dortmund is through.
From
the group of death.
Hey, I got a prediction right. I got a prediction right. Like Dortmund was my lock.
I said Dortmund and PSG. So
I said Dortmund was my lock. So they're already through.
Apparently PSG also got to help with a VAR.
Yeah, bro. I picked Newcastle. I actually got pretty pissed off at that.
But the same thing happened to United last year. So suck it up, Newcastle.
But Copenhagen, same thing happened in the Copenhagen Munich game on Wednesday, which was
And it was not given?
it was not given.
Okay, well,
Inconsistency.
you're better than the PL at least, or PGMOL, whatever it's called. But figure your shit out.
Exact same thing. I think that one. I think in the Livermento Newcastle one, I think went off knee to hand. This one went like body, like he caught the ball in between his body and his arm,
Yeah.
like right here. So like I've seen those given so many times.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it wasn't given.
But yeah, this one we'll come back to in a second, I guess.
But I'm also saying that as a butthurt fan right now as well.
Man City and Red Bull Leipzig officially through. Barcelona is officially through, and it's coming down to the wire between FC Porto and Shakhtar. They both have 9 each. Let's go finish the group of death quickly here before we go to Man United's group. So AC Milan and Newcastle are both at 5 points, but AC Milan are at -4 goal difference, and Newcastle's at 0. PSG with that draw has 7 points, so they had controlled their own destiny. I think they played Dortmund and they destroyed them in the first game. So
and Dortmund's already through, so
but one of Newcastle and AC Milan need to win, and one of whoever wins that needs to beg for a Dortmund win.
exactly. And
Because a draw won't be enough.
And Dortmund's already through, so they don't.
Actually, a draw can't be enough.
Yeah,
Unless Newcastle wins like 3-4-0.
Dortmund's already through, so they don't give a shit. So PSG is right now looking like a solid favorite.
But
to
if
make
if Dortmund want to finish the top seed, they have to win this game
so
or draw.
they kind of have something to play for.
They have
then,
to
at
draw
least.
because PSG has the head-to-head if that's the case, and the goal difference is only by 2
Yeah,
between them, right? So I'm still going with PSG going through. You were hoping for the Newcastle prediction to be right still.
I'm gonna stick with. I'm gonna change it to PSG.
So congratulations, Newcastle, you are going through.
Well, that'll be my original prediction. It could be AC Milan. It doesn't have to be
True,
Newcastle.
but I'm just saying Newcastle because usually when you flip it, it goes like the Texas series.
not
but
this time, I guess.
But yeah, no, I think I'm comfortable enough to say Mbappe will go through. But let's finish off. If we were not Man United fans, probably game of the group stage so far that we've been picking.
Bro, like you know how people say like this game took years out of your life?
Yes, because
like,
I've seen tweets about it. And I was at work.
I genuinely felt my heart like not feel good.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not gonna say like my heart hurts because it's not that.
It's not that serious.
It wasn't like heartbreak, but like
It's not that serious either.
I know. But at the same time, I'm just like there was something just going on with me that I was like, yo, this is not right. From watching this game,
Because you watched the game more properly than I did.
and I'm just like jumping up. I'm like going down. I'm like, oh Nana, what the fuck? And then like, oh Nana, good save. And I'm like, oh Garnacho, you scored. Then I'm like, Palici, what the fuck, you not scoring?
Yeah, dreams start again like against Copenhagen. Garnacho playing like he should be young player of the year, whatever that word is. Too bad Jude Bellingham might get that and the Ballon d'Or.
Jude Bellingham will take everything.
But he and Bruno had a great game offensively. But both were wonder goals type of thing, especially Bruno's. He's better than Odegaard. This proves it. But and then classic United, but this time, like no Ten Hag hater could say it was on Ten Hag because Anthony played well. If that was your reasoning, Anthony played well, right?
He did.
He started Garnacho like everybody's asked now. I don't know if that would have been. I think Rashford would have started over Anthony.
Yeah,
Kobe Mino did not start because he said that is because he's returning from injury still, and
Yeah.
he's playing it like a mud bath of a game as well.
bro.
How bad was it on TV when you watched it?
I'm just like, it's just watching a local soccer game. That's actually like good because I'm like, there's like genuine attack, counter attack,
They showed a
and
clip
yeah.
of the U21s or U18s playing same teams, and it was like the ball was stopping every like you kick it and it just stops.
I'm like
essentially, yeah.
It's like genuine like I'm like, okay, United have the ball, they're going up the field. I'm like, okay, I'm getting up, like, oh, they're about to score, and they get absolutely denied, right? Whatever is a post or Musarella saving or just barely hitting off target, and then boom, Galatasaray going back, and I'm sitting back down with my head in my hands. I'm like, yo, they're
Were
about
you
to
actually
score.
like classic
They're about to
Jobin
score.
sports fan watching this game?
Yeah, I was yelling. I was like
Raptors finals Jobin.
okay, no,
Not that extreme.
no, I don't think I'm gonna ever go that extreme
Until
ever
the
again.
Canucks are there.
Until the Canucks are there, yeah.
Or even Man United Champions League final, I guess. But like, I guess like classic, when the Canucks were doing good, Jobin, I guess. Like the bubble playoff year.
Yeah, I don't think I was crazy.
But like,
I felt like I was normal. I was yelling, but I wasn't like.
yeah, but like recently with United games, we just sit there and watch like this. Like stone cold
Well,
face.
it's United, man.
True, that's what I'm saying.
Like, last year's
But
United,
even, like-
I celebrated every single goal
Yeah.
because they were worth watching. This year, I'm like,
I guess the game was
you
also
guys were
big.
the way that you've been defending, right? And obviously, it showed when you scored 3 goals all in all three of your away games, in the Allianz, in Copenhagen, and in Galatasaray, and you still find a way to lose.
Draw this one, but yeah.
Basically a loss because
0 wins.
you needed to.
So
you need to win.
get this: we scored 12 goals, 4. The only teams ahead of us were because Arsenal got 6 in this game. Because in the morning, I think we had the most.
Yeah.
On top of some of the games we played. So Arsenal obviously got their 6 goals. They got 15 because of that. Madrid had 13. Atletico Madrid got 15. And then Manchester City ended up finishing with 15. And we're 4th.
We're
The
fourth
common
in the group.
thing I'm trying to say is we're 4th. These guys are all 1st. There's a difference.
I mean, as simple as this. Like, if I'm solely gonna pick one person to blame, which I am gonna do that right now,
Andre Onana.
it's Andre Onana. He let a shitter in against Bayern Munich. He cost us the Galatasaray game when we were up 2-1 in that, and then
That day was brutal because the Jays played after that game. I
and
remember.
then Copenhagen. Okay,
He
yeah,
saved us the first game. In the second game, he didn't have to do
and
anything
then
really.
second game.
Or well, like it wasn't really his fault.
Second game wasn't really his
The
fault.
red card was bullshit.
And then today, I don't know, man. Like
we were like praising him last episode.
Like, yo, he's playing good. He's on a good run, and then this happens.
Like ever since that penalty save, he was on a good run.
He was on a good run.
Nothing wrong happened. Even today, he had moments where he made big saves.
He did make
I would
some
hear in
big
my
saves.
headphone, "Wig save Onana," and I'm like, "Okay, let's go."
And then freaking Hakim Ziyech on free kicks. We're like, oh, Hakim Ziyech scored
First
two
of all,
free
Bruno
kicks.
stopped giving away dumb free kicks, but Onana should have saved him. I'm taking
Yeah.
that credit away.
We're like, Hakim.
But you could have saved him from that moment.
Yeah, exactly. When you're looking at Hakim Ziyech scoring 2 free kick goals, you're like, yo, this
Bro,
guy
people are saying Hakim Ziyech had a masterclass of a day. Shut up. No, he didn't.
Yeah, that's what
Onana gave
that's
him
what
the
I'm about to say. I was like, yo, Hakim Ziyech scored 2 free kick goals. And you're like, yo, they might be bangers. And then you watch the highlights, you're like,
Nah.
they're still bangers. I'm just kidding.
But no, I don't get it.
Okay, first one, yes, okay, whatever. A lot of goalies make those mistakes where they anticipate too early on the free kick. But the second one, how the hell you parry it
That
into your own net?
second one looked like I was a goalie.
Exactly.
Like I don't, and
No,
I don't.
you
play
didn't even
goalie.
do that. You didn't even do that.
No, I'm not talking about the 7-aside when I played full field goalie for that 1 year.
Yeah.
You saw me like I would over jump I would over jump or early jump or whatever, and I would just.
We're talking about the first
double
goal or the
take it.
second goal?
The second one.
So, like, you parried it in your own net before.
No, like I'll miss time a jump and it would flick off my finger type of thing.
So, like, you touched
Like
it
I
in
should
one
have
net.
caught that easily and I
Yeah.
didn't type of like
Not
mistakes
even
like
catch,
that.
or just like,
But he's a professional goalie.
I don't know, man.
Like even the people that wanted Onana, like we kind of did at the end of the day, were like, okay, we can't defend this guy. Like what the hell? Right?
Everybody on Man United played well offensively. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Nothing on defensive side. I think Maguire had some decent moments.
Okay, if you're playing that
Even
starting
Wan-Bissaka, a defensive.
Wan-Bissaka, I heard put Zaha in his pocket essentially.
Yeah, no, but like I'm talking about like when it's 1v1.
Offensively, yeah, he's good. Like he was a
1v1, he was good, but like when you look at positional wise, there were so many times where like they played it in behind on his side a lot too. So it's not like he had the perfect defensive game. But if you're talking about 1v1,
yeah,
then yeah, that
Listen,
in that case
I still
was fine.
love Wan-Bissaka. He's like the one player I want to defend, like I do.
But yeah,
Davis and stuff,
I
but
just
yeah.
I don't know what it is with Man United, right? Like, in the Premier League, we're like, why aren't these guys attacking properly? And
It's
then
the
you
opposite.
go to Champions League,
It's
you're
the
like,
opposite.
it's a complete opposite. You're like, these guys can't defend to save their lives,
It's the opposite. I don't know how.
and then they're banging in 3 goals, banging in another 3 goals.
The
and-
goals are like it looked like today's game offensively. You look at it, it looks like Ten Hag has figured out the structure, and they're running it right.
It was great goals. Bruno had a wonder strike. Garnacho's first goal was
They're getting
amazing.
healthier. Shaw helps with that,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Who scored the third one? I forgot. McTominay.
yeah.
Yeah, and that nice little cross there.
Like that, I saw the
Front
build
post
up
finish.
play on that. It was on the
Yeah.
back, right? Even like the Garnacho bicycle kick goal was like a beautiful ball by Lindelof last game. Lindelof to
Rashford
to Dallo and
to
then,
Dallo, who put a shit ball in the box,
and yeah,
but it didn't matter.
yeah. But no, I don't get it. But that's the Man United game. We're frustrated because we're like, oh, let's go. It's a good game. Not thinking what happened in the Copenhagen game because it was a red card. Obviously, Rashford was missed, but
Yeah, but that was
not
a red-
missed the game, but he wasn't.
But
missed.
that was a red card.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, it's understandable why it happened.
Well, first of all, not a red card. It should have not been a red card.
Yeah, but like you're like, okay, you're a man down. It's understandable why it happened,
Yeah.
even though it shouldn't have happened still. But today, shouldn't have happened at all.
No.
Like if I'm a like,
And again, Onana.
yeah, that. But I'm just saying, like you said before, if I was a neutral, I would be like, what a game.
Game of the year, yeah.
Yeah,
Or game of the group stage.
exactly.
Probably game of the group
Yeah,
stage.
yeah.
But The last thing about this before we ship over to the NFL is that we're not officially eliminated.
So Bayern's already through. Copenhagen and Galatasaray at 5, with Copenhagen being at 2nd right now, and Man United are at 4.
So we have to beat Bayern. There's no debate about that.
Well, you have to win, yeah.
You have to win and hope it's a draw. Not even a loss for one team.
It has to be a draw.
Specific team you're rooting for. It has to be a draw.
It has to be a draw.
So that's in 2 weeks' time. I think I'm on vacation then, so I could probably have to do that World Cup double screen thing.
Yeah.
Hey, we have another TV for a reason now.
Yeah.
Slowly, you guys will see us having facing that way a little bit more because we'll have a live reaction of a game on or highlights on or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for the Champions League side. We're not going to talk about Premier League. There's a big game, Man United versus Newcastle. Obviously,
Is it really big?
with the implications to the table. They're that close.
That's close.
Are you just still
it
depressed?
Doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like.
Are
we're
you still
close.
depressed?
Yes.
Good news is you don't have to wake up for the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, you have to wake up to watch the game, but not early morning.
just stay asleep the whole day. Yeah, 12 o'clock.
That's
game
the only
for
big.
us.
Yeah, or City Tottenham is the Sunday, I guess, England style Sunday night football.
Yeah.
But for European football. Let's go to the NFL. Very quickly, we already recapped everything because we recorded on Monday night, so we already did the Monday Night Football. So if you guys are waiting for that, check out the other podcast episode we dropped, the last one. But this time, we're just gonna quickly give our superlatives for last week, then go into Thursday Night Football and preview Week 13.
All right. Starting off with your disappointment of the week.
I have to pull it up.
All right, I go first. I'm going with the Detroit Lions. Thanksgiving loss again. You're supposed to beat the Packers without Aaron Rodgers. You lost. You destroyed them in week 5, whatever it was. Absolutely destroyed Jordan Love and everything. But this time it was the exact opposite. Jared Goff, 3 fumbles. Defense is looking like they're back to being last year's defense, not the one that we saw at the beginning of the year. Where these actually might be good. So there's some concerns there, and you're not solidifying your spot as being one of those top dogs in the NFL. And to be fair, nobody really has, other than the Eagles. But this was your year. This was your time to take over a division, and you got a little bit lucky that the teams behind you in a division lost, except for obviously the Packers. But they were already so far behind that they're kind of in the mix now. But yeah, Detroit Lions, you are the biggest disappointment for me in Week 12.
For me, let's go Monday Night Football. The game was a dead anyways. First of all, before I answer my question,
Your question?
Before I answer your question.
What was the question?
About who's my disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
Which was the worst Monday Night Football game? This one or the Colts Broncos from last year?
Well, that was Thursday night.
Well, okay, that primetime game, I guess.
Because
it's between the two of them from the last 2 years, at least.
there was 0 touchdowns that game, right?
Yeah, this one at least had one.
They had one. So it's probably Colts Broncos.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if you're going to go biased. We finally got off that thing. But
it was... Honestly, they're both equally shit. I don't even want to pick one.
Okay. For me, it is the Minnesota Vikings. Josh Dobbs' magic probably ran out. Therefore, his
astronomical powers are over.
not that, but potential comeback player of the year could be gone now.
Oh yeah.
Fields had a decent game, nothing crazy, but 4 picks by Josh Dobbs. Again, I didn't watch the whole game. You probably watched a little bit more, the beginning more than me.
I didn't want to watch it.
I don't know what was on Monday night, but I don't know if I had something else on.
Bro, I was watching CM Punk. That's what I was watching Monday
yeah,
night.
that's what but yeah, 4 picks, not great. Now you made it a race in not even just in the division, but the wild card. Failed to make a race on the Lions if you want last chance effort. Good news is you get Justin Jefferson back next week.
And you play the Lions twice.
Or the week after, sorry.
You play the Lions twice too, right?
Yes.
I believe they do play the
I will
Lions
look
twice.
that up right now while you give your surprise.
Surprise team of the week.
And
Continuing
yes.
on from the game. I'm going with the Chicago Bears, not because of how they played. It's not because of how they played,
Okay.
but how they won. This was the first team in a long, long time to win a game without scoring a touchdown. So that's why
so you're just going with the fact.
I'm just going with the fact of how
Stats.
they won, right, with the stats. I think the last time that happened was, I don't even know. I can't even think of it. I forgot what it was.
And I'm going to flip-flop to it. We're literally sticking in the division, I guess. Is Green Bay. Jordan Love looks like he is going to be ready for this game specifically. Looks like he is the next great Packers quarterback because Bart Starr, right? That's his name, Bart Starr.
It started off with him.
Yeah, started with Starr. I think his first name is Bart, but Starr to Favre to Rodgers to Love. So right now, let's see. Love so far hasn't lived up to it completely, minus like 2-3 games, but great performance there offensively and defensively.
He's been on a heater.
Gave Lions I think 0 fourth downs. Stopped them on their fake punt play.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Packers are also potentially could be a playoff team. Like they're trying to prove people right.
Exactly.
And us wrong.
Us wrong, yeah. Because we put them last.
That's it for week 12. So let's go Thursday Night Football. It's a big game. Dallas Cowboys, Seattle Seahawks.
It's a big game, but it's still a definitive favorite for me, which is the Dallas Cowboys. They've been playing very good football lately, and the Seahawks have been very inconsistent. And they've been pretty banged up as well. We don't know the health of Geno Smith because he was questionable for last week's game as well.
Oh, he'll be screwed over this game when he has that pass rush.
With that defense coming at you, it's over. You got to play a Niners defense and a Cowboys defense in back-to-back weeks.
So yeah, I got Dallas winning this game is only because Seattle's offense is struggling and Dallas's defense is one of the top defenses in the league. That's the main reason why. If you flip the side of it, Dak's been balling well, and that offense is better than the Seattle offense. Seattle's defense, it just depends. They're not. They're good.
They're good.
But is it gonna do enough to keep it a close enough game? I don't think so.
But they're no Cowboys defense.
Because here's the thing: Deron Bland might get like his 8th pick 6. I know he's at 5. I'm just saying he'll probably get 3 this game. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah.
They're getting the ball to CD Lamb more.
I still think it'll be closer than people think. I would say like 10 points.
Yeah. It's not gonna be like utter domination.
Based on the score here is 9.5. So
it's not gonna be utter.
So for me, I'll bet. If I'm saying 10, I guess I have to bet the over if I am a betting man.
I don't know.
But yeah,
I don't know.
Because 9.5 means like 9 points win. So Dallas, I believe.
So they need to win by more.
Dallas to cover the spread.
They need to win by more than 9 points.
Yeah, to cover the spread for Dallas, needs to win more than. They have to win 10 or more.
Okay.
So Seattle would be this. In this case, they're saying that it's going to be a 9-point game.
Yeah, what I was trying to say is like Dallas is not going to probably like ultimately like destroy them like how they did with the Commanders.
Yeah.
But like there'll be like the ones where like they're still going to be in control of the football game.
Yeah. Okay. Before we go into our picks of the other superlatives we do, we're saying that word out loud. Colts Titans. Let's talk about it. In divisional matchup. Colts are the 1-point favorites, but in Tennessee though. What are you thinking about this game?
It's a tough game, obviously.
Won't be surprised if the Colts lose.
100%. Titans, obviously, this isn't going to be their last chance push, even though I did write them off. But, like, if you're going to do anything, you got to start winning now, especially in these in-division games. And for the Colts' perspective is you don't have Grover Stewart to help stop Derrick Henry, which is one concern there. Number 2 concern, DeAndre Hopkins cooked you last time, right? Is he going to cook you again? And number 3 is you haven't. The good news for you defensively is that you have some tape on Will Levis, right? Whereas the Falcons didn't really have tape on Will Levis when in his debut. So that's that. And then flipping over to the offensive side, you're missing Jonathan Taylor, but the bright side is
we have to talk about that.
The bright side is Zach Moss went off for $160 and like 2 touchdowns the last time you played the Titans. So as long as your O-line is playing like how your O-line has been playing, you know, the run game should be able to work. And Gardner Minshew, yes, he didn't start that game, but came in and did a tremendous job. The only difference is this time is that they're going to be prepared for Minshew instead of Richardson.
Yeah. Who's that nose tackle for Tennessee that's good at stopping the run?
There's Jeffrey Simmons. Is he the defensive tackle, Jeffrey Simmons?
Because they're saying that, remember when we played them last time?
Taylor Tart.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's on the injury report, so that means that's going to be the big...
They have a good run defense.
So
they do have a really good run defense.
Not because of him. So, yeah. The Jonathan Taylor injury, of course, when he breaks out and the Colts couldn't make a playoff push here, gets injured. Good news is they're saying that they're not anticipating IR. So that's guaranteed 4 weeks. And we're in week 12, so that would put him out to week 16 for sure.
There's 6 games left. And they're right now, the projected timeline is 2 to 3 weeks. So 2
to 3 games.
So 2 to 3 games. So say it's 3 games. So
yeah,
he could be back for the last.
It's
3
essentially
games.
IR in a way.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're gonna be biased and pick Indy, but it's a big game for Indy if you want to make a playoff push here, right? So, because let's go with their superlatives.
Thursday superlatives. Game of a
Thursday.
collective. I mean, week 13 superlatives. Collective game of the week.
Yeah, let's talk about that first.
Everybody knows what it is.
Niners, Eagles. Burrow, if you were healthy, we would have considered you and the Jags.
I'm sorry.
I still would have not considered you as much.
NFC Championship rematch.
This time, Brock Purdy hopefully will be healthy.
This time, hopefully, everyone is healthy. And the Niners get their first chance at revenge. And the Eagles really want to stop that complaining that the Niners have been doing, saying that if we had a quarterback playing, we would have beat you. So
I have the Niners
there's
winning.
that storyline there.
I have the Niners winning because A, the revenge factor. B, I know the Eagles are winning games, and I'm not saying I'm not convinced by their wins, but against a good team, sometimes you might have to see, because they came back and beat Buffalo. They didn't destroy Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they came back and they were down by 10 against Kansas City.
San Francisco obviously trying to push for the top.
They were down 10 points against Kansas City.
So there you go. And because it was 17-7.
Yeah.
I remember, yeah. So the same thing. Can you do it 3 weeks in a row? I'm going to say no.
Technically 4 weeks.
Okay, but in this case...
Because Cowboys.
True. But yeah, so at some point, your luck might run out.
Rock might luck now.
Your luck might run out, and I'm putting it on this week.
I'm still pick the Eagles. I'm just riding them. They're on their
Eagles are also home, so that helps.
They're on a little
so I don't
hot
know how
streak.
the Niners are the favorites.
Like, we were generally questioning them, like, what the hell are they gonna do against these good teams? And right now they're 3-0.
Yeah.
There's a 6-game stretch that we consider that would be like really tough. And Niners. If you're looking at it from last year, like the drive that they had, right? They got to Brock Purdy right away in the first drive, which essentially knocked them out of the game. And then their first drive on that Niners defense was a touchdown. Right? They moved the ball very well there. So
difference is we got Steichen.
Steichen's not there. But it's not gonna be anything like that NFC Championship game where it's gonna be like where you felt like it might be like, a high scoring game until Purdy got injured. It's gonna be one of those scrappy games where defense is gonna have to win them for both teams here.
Okay, before we continue on the next one, speaking of the Eagles and the Cowboys slightly, both met with Shaquille Leonard.
Yeah. Eagles cut, I think, was it Brandon Graham?
No, I have no clue.
Or is it Derek Barnett or something?
I have no clue.
They cut. I'll check.
How recent was that?
Yeah, I'll check. You keep talking about your
Shaq?
favorite player, who was at the Colts game but didn't play.
Oh, okay, so Shaq, yeah. Any defense he goes to, it's gonna be a bonus. The guy's a takeaway king. We know that. It's just, can his health stand up? That's all it is. He doesn't move as much. Maybe it depends on the team he goes to. That helps him out. He's good friends with Stephon Gilmore. I really hope he's not a Cowboy, but because I might have to root for you a little bit, just for you and kind of Stephon Gilmore. But outside of that, like kind of like how T.Y. Hilton was there. On the other flip side, Eagles already stacked, but linebacker, they add extra linebacker help with Nakobe Dean and whoever else they have there. And they already added Kevin Byard. You're telling me you're going to add Shaq Leonard in the same window. Howie Roseman's probably the GM of my life, I think, because I don't think I've seen anyone better than Howie Roseman in my personal life of watching football. At least the last couple of years of me when I became a big fan and followed behind the scenes.
He's on GM mode. It's like when you go to GM mode, turn off the salary cap, and just add in every single good player.
And put it in an amateur mode.
That's what Howie Roseman on.
Yeah.
And Eagles waived Derek Barnett like a week ago. So I'm assuming that's to clear up a spot for Shaq Leonard. Yeah, he was good, but like their D line is also stacked.
They also have Zach Cunningham, if I'm not mistaken.
That's their linebacker.
Yeah.
Just because of pass rush.
No, I'm just saying in general.
Yeah. But like their D line in general, they have like a lot of depth there, anyways.
Okay, let's move on though. You want to go with our matchups, right?
Yeah. Who's yours? Are you still figuring it out?
Say yours, because I forgot which one you were gonna say.
Broncos, Texans.
Okay, yeah.
All right, Denver Broncos are on a hot streak, making me eat my words, and they are a 6-5 record, which is tied for the Indianapolis Colts. Obviously, due to tiebreaker, Colts have the last spot, but they're also tied with the Houston Texans. So there's 2 out of the 3 teams you did not expect to be in that conversation are there, But Denver Broncos, you expected them to be where they are. Just not how they got there was very, very, different. Like 70 points being give up, starting off 1-5 and all that stuff. Where you were, it's a genuine comeback for you guys. And you are where you exactly were supposed to be, expected to be. And second in the division right now as well. So from that perspective, you're looking at this as like, a playoff game. Because the Houston Texans and you have a similar record. Big game. You're going into Houston, and it's basically like your playoffs start now for both teams.
Yeah.
And all these teams that are fighting for a playoff spot, especially in the AFC.
Okay, for me, it is Carolina Tampa. First game is new head coach Carolina. Right?
Are you expecting this to be like two teams that are so bad to produce something amazing?
That plus Tampa has something to play for too. Try to get the because the division's ass, right? So the division
technically Carolina's not mathematically eliminated.
There you go. Win streak starts now.
They need to win the rest.
Saints suck. They might lose. Atlanta is Atlanta, and then Tampa's Tampa. So they could do it. Coach bump whoever the special teams coordinator is. Good luck to you. Do you have a Rich Bisaccia in you? Obviously, he was in a better situation than this. But no, all kidding aside though, new coach bump. I just want to see if it's true. That's the main reason. The other matchups are not enticing. I would have said Lions Saints, but the Saints piss me off.
Lions piss you off too.
But the Saints are boring. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
And I want to say Chargers, Patriots, but the Patriots are meh as well. And the Chargers are kind of
they're both
the fun way
bad.
to see the Chargers is to see how are they going to mess it up against this team. But potential Belichick news team. So who knows?
And J.C. Jackson.
Yeah, if he plays.
The J.C. Jackson Bowl.
Yeah.
But upset alert. Actually, no, wait. Players to watch.
I'm going over to Cleveland. Joe Flacco is labeled QB1 at the moment because DTR, Dorian Thompson Robinson, is on concussion protocol, I believe. And I don't know why PJ Walker's not QB1. But
Joe Flacco.
Big Joe's back in the division. Say the division he kind of like dominated for a little bit. Super Bowl champion with the Baltimore Ravens. Had a few decent games with the Jets. I don't know where else he went after. I think it was a Bronco for a little bit, that 1 year. And he was okay. I remember that. That's when I think we took Phillip Rivers. I believe it was that year. If I might be mistaken on that. But I remember him being a Bronco slightly. But yeah, he might be back. Big Joe Flacco, the guy with a cannon arm back in the day. Let's see if he has it continuing for Cleveland, who's fighting a playoff spot, like you mentioned earlier with Indy. Well, we mentioned Indy and then Denver and Houston.
Pittsburgh as well.
Pittsburgh.
For me, this guy's been on a good run recently. But he's going to be tested against a Kansas City Chiefs defense, and I'm going with Jordan Love. This Chiefs defense is real. We've been saying that to the fact that they probably might lose Spagnuolo in the offseason to a head coaching job. And Jordan Love, let's see what you do against a proper feisty defense.
Yeah. Very quickly with the Frank Reich firing. I know we talked about it already. He could go back. He could potentially go back to OC Philly, because their OC, I forget his name. His last name is also Johnson, but Carolina could be looking to get him or Ben Johnson from Detroit.
And if you're looking at something even better, Indianapolis Colts, Frank Reich, head coach, Sirianni OC. Yeah.
That's why it was Philly makes sense for him for that reason, but it's weird to flip it around.
This time it's Sirianni
telling him what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. Next up is
upset alert.
So there's a lot of options this week, a lot. So I'm gonna name a few. Obviously, this on Thursday night football game, but we're not gonna mention that by default. I don't know how much Chargers. I guess Patriots are technically Chargers are on upset alert because I still think the Chargers should be better than them. Saints Lions. I think Saints are on Lions are on upset alert. I think the Steelers are on upset alert, but I don't believe it as much with the Cardinals. The Jets Falcons. So the Falcons are kind of an upset alert. That was mine. So we'll talk about that in a second. Washington, no, not that one. Carolina, Tampa. So Tampa's an upset alert there. I think the Rams are on upset alert on the Browns, but I think those are more closer still.
That doesn't count.
Niners, Eagles, I wouldn't consider that really.
That doesn't count
even
either.
though it's -3 for some reason. Packers. So Chiefs are on upset alert, and the Jaguars are on upset alert. So you go talk yours first while I figure mine out.
Jets, Falcons, NFC South. I just believe that nobody wants to be good in that division. So Falcons are coming off a big win. So if you're looking at typical NFC South fashion, they'll probably lose an easy game, which is supposed to be against the Jets. And this Jets defense is obviously, they're amazing, and their offense not so much. But at the same time, they're on a 4-game losing streak, so I just feel like they might be due for a win, and I feel like this Falcons team could be beatable for them.
Yeah, I won't be surprised. We got to talk about Aaron Rodgers, so let's just talk about it right now, because you mentioned the Jets.
Aaron Rodgers is not playing this game, but
he's officially in the 21-day recall thing.
So they have 21 days to activate him.
Do you believe he tore his ACL? Because it's been 79
Achilles.
or whatever it's just. Yeah, Achilles. Even ACL, I don't care. Whatever he tore. Because even ACL doesn't come back from this fast.
79 days. This dude is already on
Achilles, potentially career-ending injuries for some, and like game-changing injuries. Sorry, career-ending injuries.
Why are you trying to play this year?
That is number one.
What are you trying to prove? Like, it was a different story if, like, you were still kind of in contention. If you were like a 6-6 record or a 5-6 record.
I think he said on the McAfee show that he'll consider it depending on where the Jets are in the playoff thing. They're already out, my guy.
They're out, man.
They ain't gonna be there.
I think you're.
This game will seal it, if anything.
I think you're trying to hold out too much hope.
Yeah,
right there. But yeah, there's
do you believe he tore his Achilles though? Like, would you be surprised if a report comes out he actually did not tear his Achilles? It's
no,
like a partial, not even a partial, like less than that.
No,
because like I'm not saying like I'm being a conspiracy theorist here, because it is Aaron Rodgers and he's kind of known for that with the whole "I'm immunized" shit that he said. And I get it, he might have done something along that line with the doctors and stuff. But 70, like, I would have not even believed it was 6 months, like Nick Shook said. It took what? DeAndre Swift, DeAndre Swift. Akers 9 months or whatever.
6 months, and that was a surprise.
6 to 9 months, yeah.
Akers came back in 6 months.
This has not even been 3 months. This has been 2.5 months.
3 months and 90 days.
Yeah, so this is 79. So 2 3/4.
Plus, it's probably end up being 3 months because
with
of
the bye weeks and all that.
No, because of like the 21-day practice window. That they're not activating him this week.
True, but
it's gonna take 2 weeks.
We're getting the news that should not even be coming out.
Exactly.
You should be anywhere near this.
I know. For me, I'm like, okay, if you were healthy some magically, which I don't know how you are, there's no point of you playing because your team is really bad and your O-line's not good enough and you might get hurt again.
Tom Akers got hurt and he's a running back. I understand you're a QB, but your O-line shit.
Exactly.
So, yeah. I don't get it, but if you're back, I'm happy to see it, but I don't believe that he tore his Achilles. I have to see a doctor's report, and I don't know how, like a legit
MRI.
Like
an MRI has to be revealed, like
yeah,
that screen test, whatever it is.
Like, it's not like they did any Bengals thing and hit any injuries, but like,
yeah,
I don't know how you say this one, but it is weird to see him. Like, I'm happy. Okay, fine. Everyone who tore his Achilles. At the minimum, even like tore ACL in any sport is gonna contact Aaron Rodgers after this if this is true.
Obviously.
Yeah, like if this is true, they're gonna be like, yeah, you gotta do this, and we'll find out if it is sketchy shit or not.
Darkness retreat.
Kala Jaddu,
Freaking put his foot on fire or something like that. It's just like.
But my upset. Like I said, I rattled off a bunch of them. They're good ones, but I'm going with you answered it earlier with the team with Jordan Love. Chiefs are an upset alert. Again, not convincing wins at all this year. I think except for the Bears.
It's the Bears.
That too, but the Packers are on a heater right now. Right, we just saw what Jordan Love did, and yes, your defense is probably better than the Bears, the Lions, and the Lions defense isn't that bad either. Now, I'm not saying there's a Chiefs defense, so we're gonna see that now. Yeah, simple as that. Let's just see what they do. I won't be surprised if the Packers win. I know I did pick the Chiefs to win. I don't think I really picked an upset based on these stats. Carolina, I guess, is the only one because I picked Carolina for that reason, just for the hot coach, new coach bump.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it.
Not everyone is just Saturday.
True. I'm surprised you guys didn't hire like David Olsen from the booth, but
it's Greg Olsen.
You got Greg Olsen from the booth. Sorry, I was thinking of someone else as well, but Greg Olsen or like Luke Kuechly, but mainly Greg Olsen. I think that's pretty much it for the NFL, right?
That's pretty much it.
Very quickly, college. Nothing has much changed from the AP poll. It's exactly what we said. Ohio State is 6th by college football. I believe Texas is 7th. And everything top now is still Georgia. Then it's Michigan. Then it's UW. And
then Georgia, Michigan?
Is it Michigan, Georgia?
It was always Georgia?
I thought it was always Georgia, Michigan.
I thought it was Michigan, Georgia.
That means college football changed it then?
No, wait. Was the AP poll Georgia, Michigan?
I believe so.
Oh, I thought it was Michigan, Georgia the whole time.
No, I believe it was switched. By the way, before we go to that, a couple of news actually. Spencer Rattler declares for the NFL draft. I think the first QB.
This guy was supposed to be number 1.
Yeah.
This guy was supposed to be the
Caleb
best.
Williams took his job, and then they both left. Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Oklahoma. Duke's quarterback is entering the transfer portal. He was decent for them. Notre Dame
Leonard.
reportedly interested. Riley Leonard, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's obviously some Texas transfer QB Max Johnson commits to Texas A&M commits to North Carolina because Drake May is going to probably declare for the draft. Anyways,
Gonna play up the AP poll.
bro, Caleb Williams calling the 2024 NFL draft a game time decision.
What?
Like, is he gonna pull up to the draft?
Like,
Whatever it is.
there's a deadline to declare. You can't just show up.
Whatever the deadline is, I guess. Okay,
that's what everyone does.
Yeah. Number 1, it's still Georgia. Then it's
That's
Michigan.
Georgia, okay. Yeah.
Then Washington, and then Florida State, Oregon, and Ohio State. There, Texas. Nothing's really changed from the AP, or at least from the top. I don't care about the bottom.
So we got some Friday night football.
Too bad that we're gonna miss it, but in a way, well, you might be too bad because
Due to different reasons. I could probably watch.
You're gonna watch like most of the first 3 quarters, I guess.
Yeah, I could watch.
Because college football takes a while.
Yeah, it does take a while.
Maybe if you're on the bench of your soccer game, you could turn it on.
Just put it on.
But no, the reason why I'm missing it is, even though as much as this is a game I wanted to watch, I don't know why it's on Friday night and not on a Saturday night, because it is the biggest.
It wants their own time, I guess.
I guess this and Georgia, like the other games are different, its own time too. Different time slots.
Okay, then.
So like whatever the Texas one is, put that
Like
there.
prime time, Friday and Saturday night, like Saturday
Friday
night.
night at 5 is not prime time.
It's Friday night football, baby.
Actually, I guess it is because technically NFL starts then too. But for me, it isn't prime time.
They're not putting it on Sunday.
For me,
bro.
it's not prime time because I'm coming back from work still. So either way, I'm missing the first bit. I'll try to watch it on my phone if I can. But I don't know. I'm going to a boxing fight that you wanted to go to as well.
I was supposed to
try to go to still. Bisla Fight Night 11. Bisla Fight Night 11. We mentioned his name before. Benit Bisla, local boy, Surrey boy. He is a pro fighter, but he made his, I guess, international debut back in I think June.
In Madison Square
That's when
Garden.
Brothers final was. Yeah, June. In MSG or some type of room in MSG. Obviously lost. Not obviously, but unfortunately lost.
We're trying to roast the guy.
No.
bro.
I met the guy today when I got the tickets. So hopefully if he somehow sees this clip, because I did DM him, get him on the podcast soon. But yeah, I was surprised to run into him.
Someone to fight.
But yeah,
you.
he's fighting his
Needs
dad.
someone to fight you.
His dad and promote. No, his dad and I'm not gonna be like flight
You're
reacts. Who's to be delusional?
You're the better boxer than me. So
you're more fit than me, so there's a difference. No, back to that thing. Like, he seemed like a nice guy. Obviously, I wanted to watch the last one in Langley Event Center, but we couldn't make it because we mixed up the dates, I think. And but no, this one, I'm excited to go. It's actually local. It's in Surrey, and his dad, who is literally Bisla Promotions, has set it up. I think Gavin Bisla and Harkita Nidjar are making their pro debuts who had good amateur years, and there's 2 other fighters as well. So it's 5 fights. So I'm gonna go there. Hopefully you can make it if you can. If not, check it out. Tickets are available. I'll give them a free promo because I'm the type of guy that if a Punjabi guy especially is involved and doing great things, I'm gonna give him a free promo regardless. Hopefully you guys do the same and return the favor by coming on the pod, but don't care about that too much. But yeah, it's just check it out. You guys could check it out on Bisla Martial Arts. That's on Instagram. But I'm excited to watch it. First time ever experiencing live boxing. It's weird that it's in like a banquet hall type of thing. Let alone arena, even though I've never experienced it in an arena. So yeah, excited for that Friday night. Unfortunately, at the expense of work, in terms of UW Oregon and I guess work. Because of the UW Oregon game beginning.
And then I'm at my soccer game.
You're at your soccer game that, let's see how it goes.
I hate that field though. I can't kick a ball in that field. Tom Binney.
Yeah, I haven't played there in so long.
It's so bad.
Tom Binney.
That field, like...
I don't remember the last time I was on that field. I'll be honest with you. I think it might have been like that when Derek coached me that year.
Yeah.
That year.
Bro,
I think it was
that field is terrible. I don't know how the BC Lions practice on that.
There's BC Lions, man. The turfs are
they
different.
can't afford it.
But yeah, I think... Anything you got to say about the boxing quickly? Ryan Garcia is fighting this weekend if you guys want to tune in on Saturday. But we're not going to make a prediction.
Benit Bisla is the fight to watch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah, that's pretty much it from us. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the sports so we could talk about it together. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to engage with a bunch of you guys if we can. Check out YouTube polls, community post polls. Instagram polls randomly. We dropped a competition between good friends Derek and Umar with whose soccer player was better. Unfortunately, you guys can't see that anymore because it's a story, so it's off the story now. But follow us and you'll get more stuff like that. A lot of content there. Rankings this week, so make sure you guys follow everywhere and subscribe to the YouTube. And other than that, we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Peace.